Yeah, Mr. Bungled. That's a system I always understood. And, like, that's a system where someone who double reserves idle, on average, will receive twice as many idols as someone who single reserves idle. And that's fair. I think if you put twice as many reserves on it, you should get, on average, twice as many of that item. And anything less than that, where it's like, oh, you're only allowed to win one, you're only allowed to roll one at a time, all those kind of, like, variations, it just, like, devalue the second reserve. They make the second reserve less valuable than the first reserve. And that's very weird, because you don't get punished for reserving, like if I reserved a boot and a sword, I wouldn't get reduced odds to win the sword because I won the boot. Like, that's stupid to me. Taking too much damage. I have double corrupted blood. Right, I forgot to do the intro here. We're at Zul'Gurub, obviously. We were talking a little bit about loot systems in Zul'Gurub, but today we're just soft reserving the mounts. There's 2 soft reserve Zul'Gurub. We're reserving the 2 mounts, like we're just trying for mounts. We already have a lot of idols saved up for future phases on this character, so we're not worried about that anymore. I'm making some gameplay mistakes while I do this intro. And, ooh, classic situation of not being set to Master Loot. Oh my god damn it. There are only 2 reserves on this mount. It dropped, and it's not on Master Looter. Okay, well, let's be very careful here. People shouldn't be need rolling it. Okay, let's look at the loot window. Yeah, there were 2 reserves. Right, me and Whis were the only reserves on the mount. I'm not hitting pass until I see every other person has passed already. Not gonna sit and let this get ninja'd. Okay, every other person except the raid leader has passed. So we manual roll it out. Simonize and Whis, here we go. Roll for the Swift Razashi Raptor. Whis has a 28. I have a 72. We got the Raptor. Yeah, let's go. This was a good Zul'Gurub. Okay. Okay. Yo, Raptor secured? Can't mount here? That's lame. Okay. We may have done 18 molten cores in a row before we saw a Band of Akuria drop, and then it dropped on a character that I didn't even need it on. But we did get, oh, someone left the raid group. Pretty classic. Yeah, typical left the raid group. Raptor acquired. Yo! I assume the Tiger can drop from Hakkar. This is only the second Zul'Gurub mount I've ever seen drop. Apparently the guy looted an idol and then left the raid. Yeah, the guy who just left after Hakkar had looted a idol off of Hakkar. Raptor on Horde. You guys are just jealous. All you Raptor on Horde naysayers, dude, you guys are just jealous. Updating my keybinds right now. Whis messaged me streamer luck. I tell him no, streamer luck would be winning the Tiger also in the same run. I'm just happy that shit didn't get ninja'd on group loot. LMAO. Whis, the other guy was messaging me. The other guy who reserved the Raptor mount there. Man, I was very nervous seeing that on group loot. I'm actually very surprised that, like, especially if we had someone who was just gonna leave the group after Hakkar, like, if they were gonna be a dick like that, like, I'm surprised they didn't also roll on the mount before leaving. Okay. Okay, we're locked in now. Free roll Primal Akari Idol. I'm actually gonna pass on that. I have, I believe, 12 of those banked up already. We don't need to take any additional idols on this character. No, the guy who left was John something or other. The last guy to pass was this hunter, Flintlocked. I don't know how long the guy who left waited to pass. Alright, anyways, Jindo time. I think I should mount up so we can get into the boss faster. You know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Step right up and die.
Oh, my precious combo points. Okay, that was not the cleanest usage of Renataki's there. No! Teleported. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'm dazed. I'm dazed. They pulled through. Oh, wait. I almost walked into those trash mobs on the side. But I didn't. Okay. Almost wiping the raid is not the same as wiping the raid. Oh, shit. The main tank got teleported? Okay, now are we going to pull the side stuff? Yep, we are. Okay, not my fault, guys. Not my fault. Remember when I walked past those and didn't pull them? I remember. Wanna do La Makara? Ooh, crew lols? No, I do not want to do La Makara. What I do want to do is ride around on my fresh Swift Rizashi Raptor that I just got. Man, I saw that Makara that happened on Zico's stream, and then I saw that Zaryu already uploaded a reaction video to the Makara, and then, whatever, the Makara, I saw it live on Zico's stream, okay, where this druid fucker, oh yeah, 86, sorry, right, you're really good at timing those hat changes to, like, right when I'm about to be distracted by a boss, so I apologize. Here we go. Anyways, Zico's stream was watching some other guy's Makara. Zico wasn't even participating in this Makara, but it was the druid asshole and this rogue in, like, basically pre-raid gear. And the druid was in, like, AQ gear mostly. And supposedly there was an agreement that they wouldn't use world buffs. And then the Makara countdown started, and the druid unbooned their world buffs as the countdown was starting. Giga dick move. Like, already outgeared the rogue he was fighting against, and then just, like, went back on the agreement to not use world buffs. And then the druid loses. They run around a building kiting each other for like 8 minutes or something, and it's super fucking boring. And then the rogue gets the drop on the druid, and he petrification flasks and Alt F4s out of the game. Like a fucking pain. Like, after he unbooned, like, he couldn't beat the fucking like under-geared rogue who wasn't using world buffs even when he had AQ gear and world buffs, and he has to Petri Flask and Alt F4 out of the game. It's fucking sad. Like, and that's why I do not want to do La Makara, as Cruz was asking. Because it seems like people who want to do La Makara are, I mean, all the ones I hear about are dickholes. Stranger Than Myth had a change hat request, but I was mid-story / rant. So I'll get to that now. Why did only Simon and some other guy roll on the mount? Because this is a soft reserve raid. That means before the raid starts, everyone goes through and picks out 2 items that they want in the raid. And then when an item drops, if anyone picked it out as their special item, their soft reserve, then only people who soft reserved it get to roll on it. Right. And me and this other guy, Whis, were the only 2 people who chose to pick Swift Rizashi Raptor as one of our soft reserves. The APL only uses Crimson Tempest. I don't know anything about that. Certainly my rotations don't do that. So whoever wrote the rotation that you're reading, you're gonna have to ask them and not me. Have you thought about shaving our head like Guzu? Asked John Nur. Okay, good question, but the part of that I'm gonna highlight, John Nur, is where you say our head. Are you feeling a little bit parasocial here, John Nerd. Like, this is my head, okay? And the hair may be thinning out, okay? I'm not gonna deny that. Receding a little bit. But it's my head. Our stream, our hats, our books, and our rugs, the people's head.
2, 1.
No streamer man, obviously chat owns you. Yeah, it's the life I chose. Where you going, Panther lady? And now she's running over here. Now she's running back here. What the hell, man? Lycro, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming. Thank you for 2 months of support, Lycro1. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. Where is... It's about time the boss comes back, okay? That's what I'm thinking. There she is. There we go. What do we got? Zulian headdress, Will of Arlok, Primal Akari shawl. Definitely not getting this buff. There's a very big problem with the Panther buff. Is it gives you the like double damage thing every 5 or 6 seconds or something. Every time it does that, it stops your auto attacks, which is very annoying to deal with. So you have, like, if you have Panther buff, you need to just like constantly be mashing a start attack button. Okay, pulled the mobs. So we'll wait to kill the tiger boss next, and then we'll get tiger buff. I think Panther buff is like actively nerfing your damage. Or maybe it's not actively nerfing it, but at the very minimum, it's super annoying to deal with. The crazy thing is, you don't even need stealth to get past most of the mobs in this instance. Big pog damage. You can just no stealth required. Except for right here, I guess. See, this is what I don't get. They got everyone Panther buff, but then they just kill the trash anyways. I don't understand it. Very powerful coming in with a Prime Gaming. Thank you so much for 2 months of support. Very powerful. I really appreciate that. And I hope you're having a great day. It's like we all got stealth buff. Why are we killing this? Why do you skip the 2 mobs out there and then kill the 10 mobs in here? Like, you can just stealth up and fight this boss behind its, like, little hut thing. And you have plenty of space. Not even... No one's even open... Oh, wait, no, that guy's opening. He's just in stealth, so I could hardly see him. Oh, he's mind-controlled. What's he do? Wait, he's mind-controlled? Is he still stealthed while being mind-controlled? Because I can't see him. Where'd he go? Alright, he's back. Yeah, I think he was just over there the whole time. What's this tiger doing? Okay. Are we ready? Sure, whatever.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jaws theme for the mind-controlled stealth moment? Wait, that's actually perfect. That's so good, because you don't know if they're gonna show up and whomp you. Don't know which way this mob is actually facing right now. We're gonna change target, though. 259 and 86 on the boss. Yeah, okay, the boss is way too far ahead. But it's slowing down. Other people noticed. Good. Now we're fine. Now everything's fine.
Fill me with your rage.
No tiger mount. Half the raid has tiger buff now anyways. A bunch of people just got tiger buff. No tiger gamba? That's my bad. I should have put up a gamba for the tiger mount. How do you AoE as a dagger rogue? Mostly you don't. You pretty much just prioritize Crimson Tempest over every other ability, and that's about the most you can do. Your AoE is not very good. Rogues can tank. Rogues have ranged attacks. Rogues have melee attacks. Rogues can even self-heal. But what they can't do in Season of Discovery is effective AoE on, like, 2 to 6 targets. You can do insane AoE when you go up to, like, 8 or more targets, and then you do the brilliant combination that we did in Wrath of the Lich King that's still good in Season of Discovery. Focused attacks on the helm. Fan of Knives on the cloak. And then Fan of Knives hits a bunch of enemies, and because you have focused attacks, the critical strikes from it refund energy, and because you have more enemies, you're just getting more chances to critical strike per cast of Fan of Knives, and, the more enemies you have, the more energy you get back, and you get enough enemies around you you end up just being able to cast Fan of Knives every single global because you get fully refunded all the energy, and it's kind of hilarious and great, but it really only works with large numbers of enemies. So, like, it's really sick on the, like, Goblin Technician packs in Blackwing Lair. That's a high enough enemy count, usually. Rogue self-healing? Rogue self-healing is not great, but the Carnage rune makes it so Rupture also heals you for 40% of the damage it deals. And so that'll affect Rupture, and it'll also affect Crimson Tempest, because Crimson Tempest says benefits from all talents and effects that trigger from or modify Rupture. So you can get self-healing by running Carnage Wrist Rune and using your Rupture and your Crimson Tempest. I really think they kind of overdid it on, like, giving every class almost everything. Like, every class can heal, every class can tank, every class can whatever. Like, and okay, it's not literally true, but they expanded the capabilities of each class by so much that they start to become homogenized, of like, every class has good AoE, every class has this, every class has self-healing, every class has, it's like, fuck no. Like, I want the classes to feel different, and like, oh, I want to have a mage in my group if I want to do AoE, because like, mage is really good AoE. Or whatever, and it's like, now, like, okay, hunters are like one of the top AoEs, and warlocks with Shadow Bolt volley, like, it's too much. It's too much. Kind of stuck in a weird position here. He's also not going big mode yet. Usually he goes, there he went big mode. Evasion up. Hopefully we don't die. We're just hoping we don't die. Hoping evasion saves our ass. So, he's currently being kited by the hunter, but when he's in big mode, he will randomly just drop threat. So, he could have just stopped attacking the hunter, turned around, and smacked me. And I was just, you know, assuming and hoping that I would dodge, thanks to evasion. The safe play is to just walk away from the boss and be out of melee range while he's in big mode like that. But it's the safe play, it's also the bitch play, okay? You gotta risk it for the biscuit for your Zul'Gurub Warcraft logs parses, obviously. Alright, there's one more mount that can drop. There could be another Raptor mount coming off a Bloodlord Mandicure. And, you know, since there were only 2 reserves on it and I got the first one, the other one would go to Whis. And we'd both have a sweet Raptor mount. Alright, somehow managed to not get the drunkenness debuff. I don't really know how that happened, but that's great. Pick that. Need roll this, need roll that. Slice and dice. There we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Would you ever try hardcore? Yeah, I have a level 43 hardcore rogue that hasn't died yet. But my problem with hardcore is, like, there's no challenge to it. People always call it, like, the hardcore challenge, like it's hard to get to level 60. In my mind, it's just, like, how much monotony and boringness are you willing to put up with? You know, you can grind green mobs all the way to 60 with virtually zero chance of ever dying. It's just incredibly boring and incredibly repetitive. And, like, the only, like, so it's just a question of how much, you know, stupid monotony are you willing to put up with, which is not exactly interesting gameplay to me. And then if I wanted to be a bit more, you know, risky and adventurous, sure, that's cool or whatever, but, like, just losing your entire character worth of progress isn't really appealing to me. And what really, like, is the nail in the coffin to this mode, like, not being for me, is that even if you did want to play risky and introduce the, like, chance of death. Oh, I couldn't do Envenom because I forgot to refresh my poisons. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, the thing that's really, like, nail in the coffin, this isn't for me, is, like, you can die in that game for things that are entirely not your fault. Like, if you decide to group with another player, they can just decide to grief you. Or just unintentionally grief you and, like, pull some stupid mob or not control their hunter pet properly or whatever. Or, you know, more severely, I would say, more severely annoying is that you can just get disconnected from the game at any point. Because, like, you know, you just get disconnected. That's a thing that happens. And then you die while you're disconnected. And it's like, dying to something that's entirely not your fault is such a not satisfying. Like, I can't imagine how frustrated I would be if that happened to me. And it's like, I could see that coming a mile away. What I would like to do is I saw some low-level Makara tournaments, and I was like, that sounds lit. Like doing level 10, level 15 Makara tournaments, where you just, like, log in, like, fresh character, level it up to 10. All right, let's go. Duel tournament time. That is, like, the most appealing version of hardcore that I would actually be interested in playing. Yo, can't fit between there? Is it because of my Winterfall Firewater, dude? Discriminatory. They need to make the space between the vines and the walls bigger to accommodate wide-bodied orcs like me. Good backstab. Sweet. Alright, we're gonna get those guys. Not gonna get those guys. What are we doing? Raptor time? I'll put up a prediction for Raptor mount. Our prediction, will Raptor mount drop? Yes or no? 2 minutes on the clock. You can get your stream point predictions in. I mean, the Raptor mount from Hakkar obviously already dropped.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stinkfist, did you miss it? Wait, did you saying holy pog? Yeah, it dropped, and it wasn't on Master Looter, and it somehow didn't get ninja'd. Not a single person rolled on it who wasn't supposed to. It is absolute insanity that happened. It was a 1v1 roll. Me versus Whis was the other soft reserve. 28 versus 72, I think I got. Come on. Damn threat reset whenever he does one of those stupid charges. Alright, end submissions. We got Mandicure's Sting, Aegis, Grips, Idol. Looking like no on the loot, on the Raptor mount. Lost tier 2 helm to a 23 roll. That's gotta feel bad, man. Yeah, this character still doesn't have the helm. Looking for a helmet and looking for a Drake Fang talisman here. Alright, snake boss time. Man, this is a bitch move, dude. They're gonna jump over there and then clear the trash, which is a bitch move. The pro move is jump on top of the boss, kill it where you stand. See, I think the boss has a chain lightning attack. So, like, if you're stacked up, it can kill people. But I think the best way to do it is, like, you just jump onto the boss, everyone's stacked up, and you just push it into phase 2 as quickly as possible. Because once it's in phase 2 snake form, it doesn't do the chain lightning anymore. And, like, man, if someone gets chain lightninged and dies, it's, I mean, it's the raid's fault for just killing the boss too slow. And also unlucky for that person. Alright, what's the plan here? You're saying tanking the boss, like, far away or something? What are we doing? We got occult poison, we got sebaceous poison. There we go. Okay, never mind. We're doing these guys, I guess. Caster's just blasting the boss instead of the ads, of course. Let the coils of hate unfurl, he says. Whatever, man. Easy boss. Primal Akari Arm Splint, Might of the Tribe, Zanzil's Band. Nothing interesting there. Alright, skip this soundtrack. Ooh, Zelda Majora's Mask. Yeah, I'll go for that soundtrack. Champion Purple says, is the hat a ironic play on the Milady character? Okay, well, Champion Purple, you're new here, so I won't hold it against you. All we do here is hats. You might think this is a Rogue World of Warcraft channel, but in fact, it's actually a hat channel. Hang on, I need to auto-follow Whis for a moment here. You see, there's a hat here. Stinkfist has redeemed Change Hat. And there's also this hat. This is called a Kufi. I got this one. It was a gift from my grandparents when they visited Egypt. Brought that back for me when I was a wee little kid. And it still kind of fits. This one's called a bowler. It's a little bit too small for me, but pretty nice. This is a hat made in Australia, kangaroo leather. A lot of people mistake this as an Indiana Jones style hat. No, Indiana Jones wears a wide-brimmed felt fedora. This is much closer to the style of hat worn by Crocodile Dundee. This one is called a Turkish Bork hat. It's styled after hats worn in the Middle East, kind of, and it has a very particular style with a vertical brim rather than a horizontal brim, so that when you pull your bow, like archery bow, and you draw the string back to your ear, the string that would go right here is not bumping into your hat brim. Okay. There you go. This one has 3 pom-poms on it and is very comfy and warm. Okay. This one, oh shit, I'm dead. I'm not sure if this is the name of the model of hat, but it's made by a company called Dobbs. You can have the brim tilted up like this, or you can have the brim down like that. That's pretty good. Okay, we need to auto-follow Whis again as I continue to go through all the variety of hats. How close do you think to done I am, Champion Purple? This is a newsboy cap, little felt cap. Got this one for about 35 bucks. Pretty good. I like this. This is not quite the kind of hat you see in Peaky Blinders. The hat in Peaky Blinders is a little different, and it has the top of the hat basically attached to the front of the brim like that, whereas this is not attached to the front of the brim. Here's another one. This is another beanie similar to the Washington University hat. This one just has a fucking dragon on it, so it's fucking cool, obviously. Now, this is one of the best ones. The Hell Yeah Brother straw cowboy hat that I bought at the horse show on the last day in the vendor hall. The vendors decided, I haggled with the vendor and got it for less than sticker price because the vendor didn't want to have to take the hat home with them. So that was pretty good. This is another straw hat. Another one that's a little small for me. I actually have a extremely above average sized head, and it's very hard for me to find hats that fit me. In fact, I once talked to the Stetson Hat Company, one of the most famous hat companies in the United States, and asked them if they would custom make a hat for me. Like, I was offering them hundreds of dollars for one of their hats, but like their stock hats weren't made in my size, and I was like, can you make one in my size? I will pay you extra. I just want a Stetson in my hat collection. And they're like, fuck you, you oversized head freak. We won't make a hat for you. They didn't use those exact words, but they did deny me a hat. Right. So yeah, this is another straw hat. It's kind of like a lakeside style of hat. You can see it's too small because it kind of distorts the brim. The brim doesn't lay exactly flat, and that's because my head is bulging inside of the hat and causes the brim to kind of deform a little bit. Right. We're not done yet. This is a homemade 10-inch stovepipe top hat, which is in the style of Abraham Lincoln. That's Abraham Lincoln's style of top hat. Stovepipe, vertical on the sides, no curvature like that. No, like, indent on the top, flat brim. Very, very nice. And, homemade. Yeah, I made this one. We're still not done. This is a fireman's helmet, complete with like a zipper around the edge of it to zip onto the, oh, you can't barely see, to zip onto the like rest of the fireman's outfit, uniform, whatever. So that's a good one. And last but not least, hang on, I can barely reach it. There is actually probably some other ones that I'm forgetting, but the last one for today's show you ready for this? There we go. So, to answer your question, is the fedora a play on the Reddit Milady meme? The answer is no. The fedora is just one of many hats that I possess, okay? And this one protects me the most. I had some other bit there. I couldn't quite figure out how to make the bit work. Okay, Sarge. Well, this one is a snowmobile or motorcycle helmet. I can't remember. I bought it at like a motorsports store. And the guys at the store, they were very perplexed with the reasoning I had for buying that hat. I told them that I needed the hat so that I could bicycle in the winter and it would keep my head warm. And they were like, wow, no one has ever come into this store trying to buy one of our expensive as fuck helmets so that they could bicycle in the winter.